Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown, we not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.
One of the legends in Houston is calling it quits in 2 weeks. Played his last home game. J.J. Watt announced that he be hanging up the cleats. I mean, what a career, right? I mean, off the field, on the field, the dude was a beast. I'm glad the Texans was a part of that career. Brandon, talk to me. What's your thoughts and what made you remember him the most?
Yeah, man. Like, where do you even begin with a guy like J.J. Watt with a career like that, right? You know, for my money, and I love Andre Johnson. I'll tell you guys, just in full disclosure, you didn't ask this question, but Andre Johnson is the reason why. Like, I'm from Houston, born and raised in Houston, and I'm gonna root for things with Houston attached to it, no matter what. But Andre Johnson is the reason why I became a Texans fan. But to go out full on fandom, Andre Johnson was the one that brought me in. But J.J. Watt's the greatest Texan of all time, and I don't think there's even a discussion to be had about it. And that's with respect to Andre Johnson and the career that he had. And so, I mean, that just goes to show you how great of a player J.J. was. Not only was he the best defensive player in football, okay, he won 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in 4 seasons, okay?
Runner-up MVP.
Runner-up for MVP, and legitimately in the discussion for best football player, period. Like, not best defensive player, not best defensive lineman, not best Texan, none of the qualifiers. Best football player in football was in the discussion. Now, you can quibble with who the right answer is, whether it actually was a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. There's a short list of guys that would be on there, but J.J. Watt forced himself into that discussion by batting balls down like a maniac, by getting 15 to 20 sacks a season, by becoming an offensive weapon on top of all of that, especially in 2014. But I don't think we knew at the time exactly what we were getting ourselves into. At least I'll speak for myself again. I didn't know. I didn't anticipate it. And then sure enough, I mean, he goes on to become one of the greatest football players to ever walk the face of the earth. The guy should be able to moonwalk into the Hall of Fame once that time comes if he wants to.
BT, real quick, what about you? What do you think?
So first of all, J.J. Watt, there are lots of memories that I have. One of them is the Bills playoff game. We needed that juice, and he came up with that juice and sacked Josh Allen. And I really think that was part of that momentum to get us to that win. There's many, many memories that a lot of people have of J.J. Watt. I was listening to 610 today when you had all the callers call in. I was a little taken aback about one of the guys that was saying that he wanted his daughter to marry him since the day she was born.
A little uncomfortable, right? A little uncomfortable with that.
It was a bit uncomfortable, but for the most part, they were pretty amazing, and I agree with almost everything that they're saying. J.J. Watt was a symbol for this franchise, even when we've gone through tough times as we're going through now. And you can tell just by what we're talking about that the conversation kind of stopped about the draft and stuff when he retired, and it all became about J.J. Watt. That tells you how important he was to this franchise. And what I'll say is I'm going to put my neck out there and say I would almost have it as a guarantee that he retires with us. He means that much to Houston that I would be shocked, disappointed, and incredibly upset if that did not happen. I know that he wants to. I have a feeling that he wants to make it happen, so I can't see why it won't.
I'm gonna pick it back off B. Scott. Andre made me become a Texans fan, but Justin James White is the greatest Texan of all time. This guy literally put us on the map. He's the reason why people tune in to the Texans. That Bengals game that pick 6, like you said, I didn't know what we had. And then the following week against the who we played the following week, the Ravens. The man was a monster against the Ravens. We should have won that game. TJ Yates, 3 interceptions, but that's another topic. Justin, he knew how to find the camera. Anytime the camera's rolling, he knew how to do it for the camera to keep us, in tune, engaged, and everything. I really wish he could have played his entire career here, but I mean, dream to play his entire career here. So I get it, but greatest Texan of all time. He should be Hall of Fame next year. We should have to wait 5 years for him. But it's going to be pretty interesting because him and Brady going to be in together, so that's pretty cool. And hopefully, I could be in Canton to see this live.
All I know is you mess with me, you got problems. That's all I know.
This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown. We not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.